Hey there, I'm Coach Kathy Wilson, owner and creator of the brand Less Hustle, More Meaning. Now, before you jump into my content, I want to take about 8 minutes to share a little with you about how I got here. I broke my journey down into 2 parts because I know that sometimes it's easier to stay engaged when the videos are just a bit shorter. As I said, I'm Coach Kathy Wilson, and for 20 years I was a corporate trainer and executive coach until my life took a turn and I was forced, because that's exactly what it felt like, I didn't have a choice, to pivot and reinvent. And now I run an online community called Less Hustle, More Meaning, the Club, where I and other midlife women are redefining success without the hustle for ourselves and for future generations of women. Now here I want to talk about how I went from corporate trainer and executive coach to running an online community. I want to share my journey to see if any of what I went through resonates with you. Okay. So 2024, it started out as an amazing year. And like everyone else, I was thinking, this is gonna be the best year ever. And for all intents and purposes, it was. I was in great shape. I was making good money. My relationship was great. And we just come off an amazing trip to Europe in July. And then in mid-August, I traveled with my husband to one of his conferences. And when I tell you that I woke up one morning and felt like I stepped off of a cliff into the abyss, I mean, it was like I was falling into a dark hole without a net. To be more specific, I felt like I'd lost everything. I lost my enthusiasm for my work and my life. I lost confidence in my identity. I had no idea who I was anymore. And it was dark and lonely because I didn't know what to do about any of it. It was like this darkness just swooped in out of nowhere. And it wasn't depression. I've experienced that before, but it was something grave. And I can say now that there was a feeling of finality to it that I didn't recognize at first. Now, maybe this change had just been bubbling beneath the surface for a long time, and maybe I'd just been ignoring the signs because, well, does anything just really come out of nowhere? Now I can look back and realize that I've been feeling a bit of discontent for a while. I was starting to have that, is this all there is feeling? I'd been asking a lot of questions about my future, and I'd even prayed for guidance. But I promise you, I did not pray for the shit that I ended up going through. Now, as someone who has a strong sense of self, who prides herself on a strong mindset and on being able to manage my emotions well, it was scary not to have a grasp on any of the things that made me, me. It was scary to be dropped into the unknown. And I tried all of the things that I usually did to get myself back on track when I would experience one of my moody periods. I meditated, I read, I journaled, I exercised, I walked, I prayed. None of it worked. None of it. And it freaked me the fuck out. And all I could think about was how to get back to who I was. How to get back. And then one day, after fighting so hard unsuccessfully to get back to who I was, during a quiet moment, something became really clear to me. You can't go back. When I mentioned earlier about the feeling of finality, what eventually came to the surface was, that part of your life is over, Kathy, and now you have to figure out what it will look like moving forward. You can't go back. But then it was like, oh, what the fuck does that mean exactly, and what do I do? Now, I'm a big believer, and if you don't know what to do, just do nothing, and eventually the answer will come to you. So that's what I did. I did nothing for months. I didn't work. I basically abandoned my business. I didn't talk on the phone. I didn't work out. I pretty much completely disconnected from the life that had once been so familiar to me. Oh, okay. So the one thing I did pick up was a new addiction, which is reading those cheesy online romance novels. They were a welcomed, calming relief from the uncertainty and turmoil that was in my head. But the question was still there, unanswered. What do I do? I knew I couldn't just sit around forever, and I was hoping that at some point something would come to me. And guess what? It did, and I'm going to go into more detail about it in part 2, and I hope that you'll watch. I'll see you in the second video.